Hello there and welcome to Clarity TV. My name's Barbara Gray and this is my dear friend Paul.
Good afternoon, everybody.
And we're here to keep you company for an hour or so. And of course, we've got some really beautiful stamps to showcase.
Have indeed.
That many of you that are from the SHAC will be very familiar with. So while we let our friends find us, we'll just have a little bit of banter and wait for you to join us. And then Grace is in the room with us.
She will be, yes. Grace should be in the room. I can see we've got eyes coming in now. There's a little bit of a delay there. I was thinking, oh.
Yeah, I know. Like this morning.
There's no eyes. So yes, you mentioned them this morning where it all started. Fantastic. Doodled in the SHAC.
Yeah, that's right. So the thing is, for those of you who are just sort of surfing the net and wondering what on earth these mad people are talking about, when we say the SHAC is a place where we meet during lockdown. We met every day at 10 o'clock in the morning on Facebook Live, didn't we? Hundreds of us, and we hung out for years actually, and we still do every Monday at 10 o'clock, every Tuesday at 10 o'clock.
Yep, and every Thursday at 7.
And every Thursday at 7. And so, and we doodle, you know, like we just, all you need is a piece of paper and a pencil, and then we just go for it. And we've improved our game considerably.
I remember back in the day when it first started, it was birds on a wire.
Yeah, and this morning we were drawing wrens and robins.
Yes.
Proper. I mean, proper wrens and robins.
And when it first, I can't do this, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And now, as a result, after all these years, we've got many of our friends that are now sort of started their own business because of the illustrations that they've been doing.
Yeah. So, you know, it's a great group. It's a real safe community. And many of you watching now are part of that crowd. So the stamps that we've got on our show today are directly related to that, and you'll know them when you see them.
It wasn't it? Because I remember when you doodled them in the SHAC, and then all of a sudden Facebook went mad. Everybody they couldn't stop because you came up with the concept of these little people. And you did a series and you said, I can't stop. And then all of a sudden it was like an A4 page.
Yeah. But the thing is, it was the lesson, because the thing about the SHAC is, I won't say get over yourself, but it's getting over that hurdle of confidence. You know, many of us lack confidence and think, I can't do it. And it's crippling, isn't it? And so the SHAC has been really, for me personally, it's been instrumental in getting over that fear of failure, you know. And so those
being told you're not good enough, and which goes back to school times, doesn't it?
Exactly
you can't do that, you'll never go anywhere. And
that's it, you know, and that kind of cuts deep, that stuff, with a lot of us, doesn't it?
Definitely.
And so the SHAC has been really good for a lot of people's confidence, and these little people, they were like next level, because you just used that pen. Do you remember I was using the pen?
The brush pen, yes.
Brush pen.
Yeah.
And it was just fun, just drawing a triangle, putting a head on it.
And the different arms in different ways, different angles of the triangles.
It's hilarious, wasn't it?
It really, really was. And then it sort of created these little characters, didn't it? Sort of like.
So we've got this A6 set.
Yeah.
Which we'll have a look on the overhead. Let's see if you can see them there. And you can see here, these are the little A6 stamps that we doodled, and you will remember them.
We launched them earlier in the year, didn't we, with those lovely montage stamps. Do you remember those little bijou montage?
Oh yeah, we made them smaller, so they were like little winners, like Pan's People from Top of the Pops. Yeah.
Lovely. Sam's in the room.
Hey Sam, nice to have your company too.
Definitely.
Yeah, so, well, interesting that Sam is there, because, of course, she'll be working with these en grande.
Yeah, whatever. You mean big?
Yeah. Sam's going to be working with them at the open days.
The open day, indeed.
Q.
So we have our open days fast approaching. It's on Friday the 30th and Saturday the 31st of May. It's from 9 till 4. And if I just bring some details in, let me just get the tickets out. Actually, we'll grab them and we'll do them on the overhead camera.
Well, let Paul do that while we enjoy these little...
Okay, so let's bring in the details there.
So these are the little characters, and Sam is going to be launching these and not launching, but showing you tricks and tips. Playing with them.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So if I go over to the open day ticket,
there we go.
Then you can see there we've got Friday
Friday
the
the
30th
30th, yeah.
of May.
Item number for that is 60200. It's £10 a ticket. There's no further club discounts on that.
What does that £10 get?
So that
Paul?
£10, what it does, it gives you entry into the hourly free raffle,
which is substantial.
Definitely. It gives you a free hot drink that you can have a tea or a coffee throughout the day. So you'll get a little voucher.
Do you get a cookie as well?
We can do a cookie if you want to do a
Let's
cookie.
do cookies
Let's
too.
do
then.
cookies as well.
I'm not baking cookies, by the way. Okay. Well,
Why not?
Want to eat them if I was baking
you could put them in the kiln, couldn't you?
I'm not a great cookie baker, but I tell you who is going to be there. Ruth's sister Alex is going to be there.
Is she coming?
The queen of the cake bakers.
Wow.
I may have to talk to her about that.
Okay. So that's the Friday. Many of you are coming for 2 days. So the ticket for Saturday is item number 60208.
Tell us what we do there, Paul. Like I know, but I want you to tell us.
Okay, so that's our open days. They're 2 fun-filled days where there are, as we said, hourly raffles. The ticket also enters you into a £100 prize draw as well over the 2 days. But there's free demonstrations from the likes of, you've got on Groovy side, you've got Louise and Linda Williams. Then on Inky Stampy, you've got Sam Crow and Deborah Wheeler. We have a special guest of the lovely Janice Phillips with her timestamp creations. Then we've got Jane showcasing a brand new product that we're hoping to launch later this week, depending on it arriving into the warehouse.
So she'll be demonstrating this
brand
provided
new.
It arrives in time.
It will definitely be there in time for the open days, but we're hoping that it will be here so we can share it on Friday. You've got Glynis in the Snip Clinic.
Okay, I'm going to come to the front camera.
So we've got Glynis in the Snip Clinic. So if you're looking to perfect your Pico cutting, then you've got that as well. Then we've got 2 fantastic make and takes. You've got one from the lovely Sarah Brennan. And she's going to be getting all inky and stamp pens. And
she sent me her suggestions for what she wants to do, because that's the thing now. We're starting to, where everybody, it's not random. People know exactly what they're doing when they get there, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
And so Sarah's, obviously there's a lot of planning ahead for the make and takes. They cost a little extra, but they're well worth it.
I think if you're unsure of a product, it's a great way of sampling it.
Try before you buy. That's right. Yeah.
And then you've got Hazel Edwards. She'll be doing a groovy make and take. She's going to keep it small. So I'm due to speak to her tomorrow on that to finalise all of that. Maybe using the new product as well that's coming in. And
then, of course, on the same day, we've also got a kitchen. So Jazz and her mum, they run the kitchen, don't they? Sandwiches.
Hilma, your mum will be there with her Dinkley Dangles.
Yeah, she's going to be hanging out close to. We stick close together.
We do.
And I've got
your pottery.
Pottery.
Yes. Haven't you sold it all though? Haven't you had a lot of people saying, "I want this one, I want that"? I mean, I know in the office they have. Lisa saying, "I want this one, I want that one."
That's true.
It's true.
But I'm in full production at night.
We've got lovely Gracie coming over all the way from New York. So Gracie and Lisa on the tills.
That's great. You know, it's nice to have good energy in the room.
And Sheila will be on the front of house with Sue.
It's downstairs. A family thing.
It really, really is.
Yeah.
I'll be there. Then we have some of the other staff just floating around.
Yeah, you get to know and meet everybody.
Yeah.
It'd be nice, you know, when you're getting your sandwich and your coffee, you get to meet Jazz, who's top designer.
Yeah.
It's just lovely, isn't it?
It really
is.
And
Lisa too.
It's that lovely community feeling.
And then on the Sunday, so that's Friday, Saturday, and then on the Sunday, of course, we break it all down and then we rebuild it for Sunday workshops.
Yes, so we have 2 workshops going on. So you can, if you wish, you can get all inky and arty with Barbara. The item number for that is 60209. There's a few spaces left on that.
And that's my job tomorrow. I am going to retreat to the back of my cave and when I surface, I will know what we are doing.
Super.
Because it's giving me sleepless
some ideas already though, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. But the trouble is you don't want to repeat yourself, you know, because we do this every year and we have retreats in the summer.
The Sunday retreats were a new thing that we introduced as a result of November, wasn't it?
That's right.
So since Create and Craft went under, and so we were trying to sort of like adds extra value and entertainment to our friends that were maybe traveling all that way.
That's right.
To an open day.
So if you are coming, if you're a groover and you want to come down to the open days, but you think, oh, it's a long way to go just to watch a few demos. If you can tie on a night in a hotel round Maidstone, then of course you've got the benefit of working with the best. And I don't mean myself, of course.
Award-winning.
I mean,
award-winning workshops.
Okay, yeah, we did, didn't we, this year?
We did,
yeah. But it's not just for me. It's just award-winning workshops, full stop.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But and then you've got all groovy and party with Linda Williams on the Sundays.
Herself.
60210, and she's launching a brand new plate at the open days, which will be used in that workshop as well.
So it's a great way if you're going to make the effort to come down all that way. You can tie it in with a really great course.
And it's a lovely area, isn't there? There's so many places to visit. If your other half's come in, they're not crafty.
Elsford Priory. You've got we're surrounded by castles,
Leeds
really.
Castle,
Leeds
which
Castle,
is in
Chartwell.
Which is weird, isn't it? Leeds Castle.
Churchill.
Yep, all up this way.
A day away from Chartwell is a day wasted. That's what he used to say. Not that I heard him myself. I'm not that old. But I have been to Chartwell. Beautiful. He was a great painter.
Apparently so, yeah. I know.
He liked to sherbet as well.
One of his secretaries, she was in the home where Earl works.
Really?
Yeah. And that was like last year or something. She was very,
lovely.
Yeah, really nice lady.
Yeah.
So
interesting. So it's all local, you see. So where we are in Ditton, there's a lot of parking, and it's a really nice area actually.
Yeah, and if
there's
it's nice
a lot of parkland.
Sunny, you can sit outside and everything else. And I know a lot of friends that have been previously, they do make an event of it. They meet up with their friends, don't they?
That's right. Yeah.
So and you've got people staying in camper vans and
that's it.
And everything else. So
it's good.
It really is. It's a fantastic 3 days. It really is.
So back to what we're doing today.
Yep. So should we tell our friends how to order if they're interested in those?
You do it, Paul.
So across the bottom, you'll see you have the website. So you've got claritycrafts.com. You can go on there. Gracie's already popped the link up to the Open Days event, so you can click on there. However, if you scroll down onto the website, you'll see an area that gives you the information not only of our Open Days in May and June, but also the summer retreats as well. So because we do all of our events this year are being held in Ditton. Yeah. Because it's a lovely venue. It's nice and spacious and everything else.
It is. And they've renovated it.
Yeah. So
and hopefully they'll turn the heating off this
and or alternatively during office hours, which are Monday to Friday from 8 AM to 4:30 PM, you can call the office. And the number for that is 01732 868 215, where the lovely Sue, Jazz, or Pete will be there to help.
You're getting good at this, Paul.
Yeah, I know numbers like that. I know off by heart. But that's if I remember to say the whole number. Sometimes I forget. I've said it, but I haven't said it.
It's all right. I'm listening carefully. Yeah, so that's how to order.
Yeah.
And if we were to bring up, let's say, for example,
bring up
the brand new collection.
Yes.
Okay, so now we've got this big stamp collection. Just we'll indulge it more at the moment, but you can see it says Barbara's Big SHAC people. Boom. A5 and A7 stamp collection.
Yeah. So the item number is above that image, which is 12160. Then underneath, you've got what the RRP is. And the RRP for this collection is £67.46. However, what we've done is with the A5 stamp sets, we've done a £2 saving on each of them. So that's carried over. And then if you buy this whole collection, not only you've got that £6 saving, but you're also going to get Barb's SHAC Lady, which is the A7 stamp set for free as well. And then if you're a club member, it brings it down even further. So for a Diamond Club member, do you know how much it is? Bob doesn't realize. It's £45.87
for the whole lot.
For the whole lot. And when you think that 2 of those stamp sets are 20 quid each, so that's 40 quid.
Wow. Okay. How much?
£45.87.
And that was before I said, "Oh, let's do double points."
Yeah. And double points.
We said we'd do double points,
we did.
Didn't we?
So from 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, if you
That's because of Ken, because I missed her early bird. I thought he's going to...
So if you bought anything from 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon up until midnight tonight, which is Monday, the 12th of May, anything that you purchase, you will get double points on your complete basket.
Excellent.
So,
and online and with
over any orders that are literally placed whether are online, over
or
the phone.
That's what
I will add them all afterwards from tomorrow, because I'll extract all the information out, convert it all, upload it all, and you get double points.
Excellent. Okay, so what a bargain.
It's definitely a bargain at £45.87.
So before we carry on, I just want to show you the difference in size.
Yes.
Size matters.
It does.
If you have a look here, you can see the difference between the stamps, the large stamps. Look, check that out.
Wow.
And the little tiny ones. There is a substantial difference. Look at that. Yeah. Quite
my ruler.
Beautiful. So you can see here, these are going to be about two inches. Let's have a look. What are we looking for?
Inches or centimeters?
Right. So these are about, they're about 2 inches tall, 2.5 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2.5 inches. Compared to half an inch. Yeah. So really great to use. And I have to say, at first, when Julie made the suggestion, I thought, I'm not sure really. And then Jilly and Jazz, they just made some.
Yeah.
Because they knew the minute I had them in my hand, I'd go, whoa.
Because often we go large and then go bijou, don't we?
So to go the other way is quite unusual. But they are fabulous to use.
They're lovely little icons, aren't they?
So shall we have a look?
Yep. Do you want to look at the individual sets? Or?
I would like to look at the individual sets, if that's okay.
Of course.
Yeah. So this is set 1.
Yeah.
Let's just have a look at the printed, you know, let's just check out the printed set here.
Okay.
So this is set 1, really nice.
There we go.
12156. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool. Look, the lady there.
I know, her little shopping bag.
It's so funny. They're lovely. Set 2. This is like, to be or not to be.
It is, isn't it?
That is the question.
Cleopatra as well. I can see Cleopatra in that one.
So very Shakespeare. So these are great. This looks like Henry VIII.
Yeah.
Before he got gout. Hever
in his slimmer days.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That was when he was on Wife 2. Okay, so if you just want the historic set.
Yeah.
Look, he also looks like he could sort of chew cereal or something. Yeah. 12157. They are such characters, aren't they? And then the third one, which is really girly. These are so nice.
Set 3.
Set 3. And this is 12158.
And then you can see each of those have got that £2 saving. And then we couldn't leave this one out.
No, we couldn't. We said we got one too many. I said, no, you can't. She's my favourite.
She's lovely. It's like her bloomers are up in the air.
It's like Marilyn Monroe.
Yes, definitely.
Well, I don't think Marilyn would be too impressive. I said, cool, that reminds me of you. But this is just one little A7 stamp, which is just delightful.
There we go.
And even as a little present for somebody.
I think it's nice, isn't it? So you've got that complete collection. But then...
Right, so hang on a minute. So then what happens, right, we have these. And then we send them out to the design team.
Yeah.
We get inundated with artwork, like crazy. This is only half of it.
Yeah.
Right, so we get inundated with artwork. And I'm on, you know, the drums to Sam Crow. So she says, so she sends me a video. She says, Barbara, I've had this idea. Right, so she sent me a piece of art, which I can see it's peeping out here.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you. So she says, it would be really brilliant if you could somehow make stamps that you could frame the pieces so that it'd be easier to cut these bits out.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that was the whole kind of thought behind it.
Right.
So then I took that on board, what Sam said, and thought, actually, it would be brilliant if we just had some funky frames.
Yeah.
You know, like not just for these little people,
but
or
just
big
frames
people,
generally.
Just generally frames. And then I said to Jazz, but you know, we're going to need masks as well for it to work properly.
Yeah.
So we've had these didn't go to the design team. I'm the only one that got these so far. So these are really, really excellent. And you can see here, we've got these frames where the characters, they fit. If I just take one, you can see how they sit inside. And there will be one for for all of them, they just sit, right? And you can pick them up, and they don't have to be inside.
No, they can sort
So
of overlap a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you did that and then you paper piece the dress,
Of course.
do you see?
Yes.
But you can see how they fit in here really beautifully. So these are big, bold, and they're also landscapey.
Oh yeah.
So you can use these, and I did. Let me show you. Where's that? I'm going to show you this artwork that I did that I'm going to get to. If you look here, I used the little frame here,
and then the little bijou ones,
and then put the little people in, and then our little landscape, the treescape stamps.
Yes.
Because so many of us have got these little treescape stamps
because of the
now,
1, 2, 3 course you're doing at the moment,
which is back on Wednesday.
It is indeed.
And I'm so pleased to say that many people have signed up. I think what happened was loads of people joined.
Yeah.
We did the first live session last Wednesday.
Yeah.
Our friends that joined in started posting their artwork, their makes, on Facebook.
Yeah.
So then people that have been sitting on the fence were watching, going, I
need to do that now.
And so loads of people signed up.
Another one today.
No way.
Another one today.
Yeah. See, that warms my cockles.
Yeah.
So that means, of course, you can go back to the pre-record, even if you missed
the first one. Yeah.
The first live session. The next live session's on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So you definitely get to take advantage of that and the third one, but you got the pre-records anyway.
It's having the keys to the classroom that you can go in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So maybe it's too warm, you can't sleep, and you want to go in and have a look. You can stop and start. You can go in and out whenever you want.
As many times as you like.
Yeah.
If you can't stand the voice anymore, you turn the sound down. And this is my point here, right? I like the fact that every single one of these, I wanted to just point out that whilst you may look at this, look, Hamlet, right? You might think, yeah, I need him for that. Every single one of these turns that way and can be made into a really nice landscape frame.
And because you've got the mask with it as well.
Yeah, that's right. You've got masks as well,
I'll show you that on the back
which is really, really useful. And the masks are also subdivided. So you've got
all the sections that you can pull away to do the outie.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit floppy, but you can do that trick that I show you with the masking tape. That really helps.
Yeah.
So there you go. So that big frame, funky frame set.
I can see so many uses for that now.
It's so good. And I just wanted to show you the little landscape.
We haven't had anything like this before, have we?
No, you'd think.
With all the stuff that we do.
Years that we'd have some funky frames.
Yeah.
And that's the first time. So thank you, Sam Crow.
And Sam will be using these at the open days as well, won't she?
Oh, she will.
She'll be putting her twist on it. She hasn't got to doodle them and make sure she gets them right every single time.
That's right. So she'll be all over there.
Yes.
And when I sent her a picture of what we'd come up with, she was, brilliant. I think that's one of the best things is that we can react quickly.
Yes.
Because we're the makers, the manufacturers, Okay, so let's have a look. There's Sam's artwork that took the inspiration. There are the
printouts of all the designs.
And should we have a look at some artwork?
I think we should. There we go.
Let me take one and then you can feed them into me. I know, we haven't got to a demo yet. But I tell you what, the artwork is so nice. I just split it into two halves.
I mean, we have our demo downloads, don't we?
Yeah.
That we could, if you go to the Clarity Crafts TV section, go to Catch Up and Craft, all of the demos, whether Barb gets them or not, are there for you to download. So you've got a beautiful picture to show what it looks like. And a list of ingredients as well.
But I really want to get to the gel plate.
Yeah.
Because I know that a lot of people are watching for that reason.
Yes.
And I will get to it, don't you worry. So let's have a look at the artwork first, though. So this is paper pieced. We're going to rattle through these. Deborah Wheeler, paper pieced, really nice.
Yeah.
Linda Spencer, this is paper pieced with the bow wobs.
Oh, those new leafy bow wobs.
Really nice. Debbie McMullin, paper pieced again. When I say paper pieced, what that means is I stamped it. It's been stamped onto the background, then it's stamped onto a piece of colourful paper or a bow wob or anything, cut out and then stuck over the top.
They're so easy to cut out, aren't they?
Well, because they're really, got some really nice. This is a Sam Crow one. So she's got the bow wob in the background. She's used the paper from the sentiments, and she's added her little fishy. So this is one that I did just to show you There's
the frame.
the frame, and then the little tiny people. So you imagine you can get 6 of those little fellas in there.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was interesting. Jane Telford, she's done a great one here, and that looks as if it's actually stuck on, but all she's done is gone round it with a white Posca pen. Interesting.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's interesting, isn't it? And then we've got one here by Sam again, Sam Crow. So this is where it all started, really, because she said she'd really like to cut it all out and add the stickers to the actual overall picture.
Ah, so I like that idea. So
Yeah.
she's, yeah.
It's a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that.
Tina Morris, love it. 3 little guys, paper piece. I love craft. Nice. Again, there's that one from Sam. Let me come over a bit so you can see how she's used. She just scribbled. When I did mine, I actually did write, to be or not to be, that is the question, whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. I actually
thought that was a stamp.
No, I wrote
or a scrap
it all
of
in.
paper.
No, and that's my paper piece bit on a postcard.
Nice.
We got some really nice postcard ones coming up. Linda Spencer, I love that. So she's used, it's all in one layer.
That's lovely with those. They're the bijou Tina stamps,
aren't they?
Yes,
I like them
retro
a lot.
elements.
We've got them here as well. Look, doesn't that look so
I like
good?
the colours on those.
Who did this one? Linda Spencer again. Yeah, so I really like. They sit so well with. You wouldn't think that they would work with these, but they look so sharp, don't they? And then Debbie McMullen, really lovely. She's used the little girl on the back as a signature. I know, isn't that lovely? These are our new stickers.
They are.
Which again works so beautifully. Deb McMullen. Harold? Harold?
Harold? Who's that? Is that the same as your ankle?
Looks like Harold. Look. Harold? Step time, son.
I never watched that.
Well, that's where Harold comes from.
Is that where Harold was?
Harold?
Ah.
The old man was always shouting for Harold.
Ah.
Right, and then we've got, this is great as well. So I love this, Deborah Wheeler. And she's obviously masked it off and put the Union Jack. Isn't that clever?
Yeah, I think she said, she blogged about that. I think she said about Spice Girls. She said, I don't know if she's going to see him in concert.
I'm off to see Beyonce in Paris with Gracie. Jane Telford. Love this one. And you would think that was paper piece, but it's all stamped with a tiny little stamps from the Builder stamps. Isn't that beautiful?
Nice.
I know. Love that. And the stamps are small enough. I mean, you could probably use a little bit of masking tape just to make sure you don't go over the edge. But the stamps are so tiny that you can actually get in there.
Yeah.
This is a cool one. Linda Spencer again. Aren't they great?
These are
Jane
lovely.
Telford. Right, now we're getting into my kind of, this is my kind of thing.
No, so I have lovely quote postcards.
Yeah, so we're going to look at those in a minute.
We are.
But what's great is, look, so she's got them standing on each other's heads, a little bit of paper piecing. So you've taken a little bit, I think this is Dee's papers, I can see that.
I reckon, yes.
What do you stick it on with?
Rock,
well, everyone's got their own, I use Pritt sticks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's nice, isn't it? Because you've got it's like a totem pole.
Yeah, lovely, isn't it? And then she's got the little people. Look at the difference in size, though. And that's why you need the big ones.
Yes.
Sam Crow again, what a treasure you are. She's used bow wad papers. She chops up the bow wad papers.
Yeah,
and
I like
she's
that how
inserted
she put it on the dress.
It's clever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jane Telford, you make me so very happy. So this is another postcard with a stencil in the background. Nice, embossed. See how it's embossed? Look.
Nice.
Nice big bold. Sam Crow again. So she's used I wonder, let me just try. It's a little bit bigger than a 3.5.
Okay, it's probably a bit of a scrap she's chopped up on there.
Yeah, look, it's great, isn't it? Julie Dunn, happy anniversary all the way around. Isn't that pretty as a framer?
I like this one from Sheila Metzer. This reminds me of the 3 degrees.
Yeah, the 3 degrees.
The 3 degrees. You know, who's the 3 degrees? Was it Diana Ross and the 3 Degrees?
Supremes.
Supremes.
Diana Ross and the Supremes.
Yeah,
The 3 Degrees were blokes, weren't they?
No, the 3 Degrees was Sheila Ferguson. Sheila Ferguson, the 3 Degrees. It could be the Supremes or it could be the 3 Degrees because there was 3 of them.
Is Diana Ross.
Diana Ross.
Okay.
And then
this is inspired.
Yes.
So this one blew me away because I never in a million years would have seen, looking at that,
a beef
eater.
No.
But the mind is a clever thing.
Yeah, Sheila
and
Metzler
as soon as
on that
Sheila
one.
Metzler put London in the background and coloured them in red, bingo. So this little girl ended up being a beef eater.
Yeah. I mean, that's brilliant, especially for this current time of the year as well.
So good. Did you see the VE celebrations
I didn't see it
last
Thursday
year?
night, no.
It's amazing. Really amazing. Yeah, it was good. Dee Paramore, there's busy.
That's nice.
I
like
know.
That.
So she's got loads of Beauvoir papers going on there. And another one from Dee. I like that. Be unique, be you. It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very different.
Just a couple more.
That's cut out. And then this one again is Dee. Nice. With the block print circular die.
Yep.
And last but not least, this is Tina Morris. I like this. Loads of little people. Let me take this out of the way. Can I just give you all of those, Paul? Right, so that I can show you this. Nobody is you. That is your power. And then when you open it up, let's have a look. Look. Friend.
Nice.
Isn't that lovely? So they're holding hands. Friend. I love it.
That's really clever, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? So you just pull that out. And there's a nice little secret. I love things like that.
It's nice.
Clever
It's that
little
little reveal, isn't it? Like the waterfall cards and that type of stuff. Yeah. Oh, they make lovely waterfall cards as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at you.
I'll put that one safe down there. But
It's
sometimes
so
it takes.
hot in here.
I know, it's really, I'm melting.
Isn't it? It's like an endurance test.
We're melting. We've got the fan on as well, but it's not even doing anything this time, is
really.
it?
It's just simmering. My feet are just bubbling up. Can we take our shoes off? Oh,
Mine
you're
are
taking
off
yours.
already.
He's got
I've
his Christmas socks on again.
Yeah, feel cool again. Psychological.
Okay.
Oh.
Right, are we doing some demos then?
I reckon so. So if I go to a pack shop where do you want to gather your bits together?
Oh, okay.
Okie dokie.
Go on then.
Okay, let's gather some information.
I've got to stand up now. Break's over.
Okie dokie. So the brand new collection, Barbara's Big SHAC People, the A5 and the A7 stamp collection.
Big Barb.
Big Barb. Well, we wasn't sure whether to go large or big.
No, we went with big.
Big, didn't we?
We thought large was really a bit near the mark.
So item number for that is 12160. You have a £13.50 saving, bringing it down to £53.96. Then we have the brand new Funky Frames A4 stamp and mask set. Item number for that is 12161. You got a £3 saving. And don't forget, it's double points on anything that you pop in your basket from 4 o'clock yesterday up until midnight tonight. So we're going to go back to the front camera. Are we good with that?
Yeah, we're good. You ready to go?
I'm ready to rock and roll.
Okay.
I've already got to stand here and press buttons.
On the other hand, we could swap.
I'll press the buttons.
So we've also got these lovely downloads that we didn't talk about.
No, we did. We mentioned them earlier that if we ran out of time for all the demos, we have all those demos.
Okay, so I'll show you them now.
Yeah.
What we've got is mixed media postcards.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to go to these lovely postcards. So this is the first one, which is a sort of a warm up. And what's good is that I've told you exactly what I've used. So if you go to the website, like Paul said earlier, you can see what was made, hopefully, and what was used, and the links are there. So that's the mixed media post. The thing is that it's a kind of a rolling demo, Paul.
It is.
Because it's this is the warm up, this is the introduction. I'll show you a bit of stamping, but it's the background that is of interest.
Yes.
Right. So then we'll do that one. Then we'll go to this one, which is Step into the Shoes of Your Own Life. And you can see here, now I've taken those shapes.
Yeah.
And the little.
Barb's
I didn't want her to feel left out.
No.
So I brought her, and I'm a bit weird like that. I didn't want to. I felt that she might think she'd been rejected because she wasn't in with the crowd. So I thought, no,
she's special.
She's special.
She's special.
So
she
that's
needs
why
her own place.
I know. I tell you what, it's starting, right? So I had to use her so she didn't feel left out. I know, it's pathetic, isn't it?
I know
so I used her. And then the third one is what I showed you.
Oh yes,
right. You're in my thoughts with a little scene. So Jazz has put down here. She's listed everything that we've used, but there's quite an overlap between those ones.
Yes.
So,
okay.
All right. That's
so
the download.
Those? Okay.
Yeah, you take them, and I'll start by showing the postcards.
Okay. So
you do.
I've got those on there.
Yeah.
So if we go to there where you gather your bits together.
Okie dokie.
So let's have a look. So we have set 7, which are the quotes. So the item number for this is 31754. You've got 14 postcards. You've got 7 different designs, and you get 2 of each.
If you flick it over, then our friends can see what it says on that one. Make cake, bake cake, eat cake. I am, I can, I will. Omnia vincit amor. That means love conquers all. And the other little panel one down the bottom also says Omnia vincit amor.
Yeah.
All conquers love. Love conquers all. In my film, you are the star. First fiddle in my orchestra is you. So many strings to your bow. So this is a real, when we put this set together, I kind of wanted, you know, when you're trying to give somebody a pat on the back.
Yes.
And make them feel good. Mm-hmm. That's what those are about.
They're real feel-goods, aren't they? These lovely quotes. And these are all done from the old-fashioned woodblock, aren't they?
That's right.
That Dave has got on
and
the
they're like postcard size, 5 by 7, I think.
They are.
And they're top quality clarity card. So they will take the paint, take the ink, take the texture
paste.
Just
as you're going to prove
and
with alcohol
you're about
inks.
to see that with alcohol ink. So on this one, I really like this. Be unique, be you. There's nobody.
This is the latest one, isn't
Nobody is you. That is your power.
Yeah.
Time to step into the shoes of your own life. That's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you are brilliant.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Then you've got what a treasure you are. And then finally, if I can, this Barb can't say this one.
Oh, it makes me cry.
No. Okay, so this one says, if I could roll back time, I would find you sooner so I could love you longer.
Oh, even you got choked up.
No, it's just sweating in here. It's so hot.
I know. I'm tripping.
My jeans were tight, but they're even tighter now.
Okay.
Right.
So,
okay.
Well, do you know what? The good news is, I bet there's loads of people watching because they'll be out in the garden going, oh, I can't handle this.
Or they've got thunderstorms. They're lucky they've got thunderstorms and it's nice.
Well, come
and
on
cool.
in. It's much better to be crafting when it's raining and thundery and hot and blistery outside.
Yeah, no electricity apart from just watch on your phone.
You don't want to get out there in the heat. You just stay here with us.
Yes.
Right. So let's have a look. I will show you.
Yeah.
The different. So there's a real funky background. You can see, can't you?
Yeah.
And then if I'll just show you a couple more. Nobody is you. That is your power. You can see the size and a little bit of art. Be unique. Be you with a little bit of ink. Be unique. Be you. A little bit more ink. Or you see, you can chop it up. Obviously, they're postcards, so you can chop them up and turn them into toppers like this.
That's nice.
So really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, black frame. You know, mount that on a piece. There are so many different ones, you know, and the whole idea here is to show you the different options. I've used 2 sets of ink, alcohol inks for all of these. Nobody is you, that is your power. This is a different set now. You can see the inks. So up until now, I've been using on these ones, I've been using the greeny zesty one.
The spring break.
Let's go to that. You can see it there.
So you've got the spring break on there, which contains watermelon. I'm going to see if I can read these. Watermelon. Actually, they'll be on
I wrote
your
them down.
notes. Oh, it's just spring break on there.
Okay.
So,
but you can see them. One's Valencia, one's turquoise, and one is...
So that one is your Valencia.
Limeade. And turquoise.
That's in the spring break.
And the other one is cranberry, lettuce, and eggplant.
Yeah, they're facing the right ways. That was easy, that one. And the item line for Farmer's Market is 50497. And we've got loads of them. If you just check out the website for the alcoholics, we've got loads of these trios.
So this is, you can see here, lettuce, cranberry and eggplant in that one.
Nice.
You can mix them up. See, so now we're going cranberry. You just mix them up and you get this. These two sets are, if you're looking to buy a couple of sets of alcohol, so you can get a stash.
Yeah.
These two sets are really lovely to use. They're not too dark, not too, you know, they're just right in the middle. And you got a little bit of bright, a little bit of muted.
Yeah, you got those lovely greens in there, the bright orange. Yeah.
So I just wanted to show you what they look like and how the ink takes.
I was going to say, because this is uncoated cardstock, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And so traditionally with alcoholics, you'd use a coated card, wouldn't you?
Exactly.
So how do you get it on the back like this?
Well, I'm going to show you. But what I wanted to show you is let me just gather these up and let me go back to my original one, which is somewhere in here.
There it is.
Right. So I just want to show you. I've got all those. So I've got my stash.
Yes.
Right. When you're having a jelly plate, session, you get a stash going.
Yeah.
So you get a couple of sets of postcards and you just go for it. You need some 7x7 card.
Yeah.
You know, the stencil card that we use.
That we have.
You get some copy paper, get a little stash of copy paper, and then you chop it up, you know.
And you also, these are really good, the yellow sponged daubers, aren't
That's what
they?
I'm going to use.
Yeah.
And I think the thing about gel press, in a minute I'm going to show you how it works. The thing about applying the alcohol ink to gel press, there are loads of different ways to do it. This is just the way I do it, okay? But you've got to, before you even start, you've got to accept that it's an unpredictable art form.
Yeah.
You just go with it and get into it and enjoy it, and don't try to force the outcome.
Yes.
You know,
don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it. You can use less, you can use more, you can wait, you can spread it out, you can be strategic about where you put it.
Yeah.
But you cannot really control it 100%.
You'll never get the same one twice, will you?
Never. Every single one, it's like pulling prints with alcohol ink. It'll be really good.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, alcohol ink is notoriously fast because it's solvent. It dries very quickly.
Yeah.
Right. So with a jelly plate, it still dries very quickly on the jelly plate. So how do you release it? How do you take it off? So you could take acrylic paint, but what I use is my my impasto gel medium.
Yeah.
This stuff.
Which we've got,
I've got mine in my bag because I broke the lid and I don't want to waste it. Yeah, I did. It just broke. So I'm like, well, that's no good. But it happens, you know, I use it all the time. So that's it. I stick that on there like so, and then I'm going to put it in my bag. That's how I
So the item number for that is 31701.
It's transparent, you see. How much is it?
$7.99.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And
This
double
really
points as
works.
well.
And double points. Okay, so I'll pop that in there. We'll use that in a minute to get rid of the stuff. So, so I'll show you how to make these backgrounds.
Yeah.
But before I do that, teasing, I just want to show you how you can stamp first of all, like.
And, I see.
Right? So you can stamp first and then do the alcohol ink, or do the alcohol ink like that and then interpret what you get.
Oh,
do you see what I mean?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
It's your choice but I personally, I would always start with a blank postcard.
Yeah.
Use the postcard and then look at it and say, right, which of these characters would work? What do I see in here? Right. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is a warm up, real simple to start with. Black archival ink pad.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look. And I'm just going to stamp her on there first. You see, I haven't paper pieced or anything. All I've done here is used a pencil. So we're going to loads of tricks and tips now on how to work this out. But let's put her in place first. Let's get the stamps going so you can see. I'm just inking up the stamp. And I'm using a black archival. Turn it over. I'm going to set her on the T for what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Press onto that. And then I can decide what colour do I want to pull out of the background. Red, turquoise,
Of
blue.
course, yeah.
And if I want to, when I'm making, my suggestion is, there you go, lovely. See, so she's transparent. So now I've got to
Yeah.
make her
Give her a body.
opaque.
Yeah.
Right. So I can just, at its simplest, I can take my pencil.
Percoliner pencils. Yeah.
Yeah. And I can just run through here like so. I'm going to go with the red. The B pencils are pretty good because I can get a real serious opacity on these because they're oil based, aren't they? So I can get a shadow on there, but you can see if I press hard, I can make that so solid.
So
look,
more of a block.
So here underneath now, this is get a bit of depth, just to show you. See, you see how dark I can go if I want to. Right, again, a little bit in here. And the other thing is a Posca pen. White Posca pens are really useful. You know, we use them a lot.
Yeah.
So a Posca pen is really good. I haven't got one with me, but you can see here, you can add white if you want to really white out the face, for example.
I think you borrowed the one from in here.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not going to worry about it, but it's obvious that the Posca pen will sit really beautifully on there. But you can see how you can just add a bit of shadow. There you go. Look, just lightening it up as we get to the top. There you go. A little bit darker down the bottom. So you get that grade.
It's
see?
nice, isn't it? And you could have chosen sort of like a green to bring the green out more.
Yeah.
You could have chosen a blue to bring the blue out.
And you can see how her arm doesn't seem to be there.
Yeah.
And as soon as I just add a little bit of shadow with these are really oily, beautiful, top quality pergoliners. And then suddenly she's there, isn't she?
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. Now, the next thing is a comparison.
Okay.
So I was thinking, and I got my composition.
Yeah.
I thought waste not, want not. I put my composition on one of these little, just a scrap that I had.
Yeah.
Right. And I wanted to see who would stand on who, if you see what I mean.
Oh, I see. Yes.
So I don't want to mess it up.
No.
But I want to see how it works. So enter my little people, right? Enter my little people, and then I can stand them on the H or on
so that little one was like a practice one that happened to work.
Yes.
Yes, and now you're going to put it on there. And how are you going to put those on there with those little stamps?
Well, I was thinking I could use my stamp pens because they work
and is
so
that in
well.
one of our lovely tool holders?
It is. Which I happen to be holding. They work really well.
Really, really good. So all the information is in our Clarity Craft show page. The tool holder, the item number for that is 31797. A set of 4 stamp pens is item number 31749. And a set of 12 is 31750.
So what I did was I decided here, hang on a minute, let me come down a little bit so you can see it. I decided who I wanted to sit on where.
Yes.
Yeah. So if I'll just take a piece of, so you can see them better, and you'll see how quickly this works. So I've done my composition. See, normally I'd have all these ready to go, right? But I can just mount them up, and I'll already be looking at the next. There's no reason why I can't use. Can we come out a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing? Right, so I'm already using another.
Right, so you're already building
testing.
Your test one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's going to be, I thought I'd take the beefy bloke and put him at the bottom because he's holding them all, isn't he?
Yeah.
So we'll pop him on there, and now we're going to build this up here, you see?
Right.
So I've got him in place.
Yeah.
And then just for the sake of speed, I'll just grab the next one. So that's this one. So I'll just go there like so, right? And I'll pop her next to him, but on this one, because she's standing on his head like that. Yeah.
She hasn't got high heels on.
So she's got, so then I'm going to go to the next one, which is that one. So I'll look for so they're all here. There she is. No, that's not that one. Let me just find it. No. Let me just find her. You could take any one of
She's
these.
hiding. Is it top left?
No. Right. There she is. Oh, because there's no point in doing a demo. If you're going to do a composition, the reason I picked this one is because I want her to stand on one leg. See?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to take that one and I'm going to get her to stand on one leg on her hat, like that. Look. It's so good to do.
Yeah.
And you just enjoy the process, really. And then I've got one more up there. So we're just going to pop that one onto, yeah. Then we'll just, so I've got my 4 characters there that are just stamped it onto, and then I'll just take, there you go.
See, I love the swivelability of those stamp
Yeah.
pens when you've inked it up and then you can just position it round to get it perfect.
And the good thing is that you can just leave them on the stamp pen if you wanted to duplicate.
Yeah.
So they're there for you.
You haven't got to worry about finding them while you're doing a live demo.
Not at all. And then once you've done that, then you can they can all dress in red or yellow. You can decide what color you want to do them. And then you just can highlight them, see? So you can do paper pieces. It's a little bit extreme on something this small, but you can see how easy you can just bring them out.
Yeah.
So it's entirely up to you now whether you're going to work. Look, what a treasure.
That's lovely,
Yeah?
isn't it? Yeah.
It is. Or it's exactly the same composition, but I've done it on a bit of scrap.
And that's on one of our little bijou card blanks as well. The item number for those is 31359. And you get the card blanks, the envelopes, and the little embedders.
So the point of this little demo was, one, to show you how to do composition, how to use the little stamps, how to compare the size, how to show you that you can use the Pergolina B pencils, or you can use the Pergolina A pencils and watercolor over the top. But to get the opacity, you can also use the Perga colors. You see?
Nice.
So nice.
Yeah,
really nice.
I think that's, and it just shows how they work beautifully together, don't
It
they?
does. It does.
It really does.
So that was all I wanted to show.
Yeah.
And now I want to take you to the next step.
Okay.
Right. So let's say on these ones, let me put it like this. On these postcards, I've taken the postcard and I've pulled the print. See, alcohol ink, it stains at the back. Right, but that's okay. You're going to mount it anyway.
Yeah.
But so you could take any one of these. You see how it comes through to the back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're not worried about the back, are you, really?
No, because I'm going to mount it on something else anyway. So once I've got that, then I can start doing my artwork, right?
Yes.
Or, and this is what I wanted to show you with this one. This is a perfect example. This is all on one piece, but what I did was I stamped this into place and covered it up before I pulled the alcohol print.
Of course, yes. Yeah, because you wouldn't really want to cut out all those little tassels, would you, to
No.
put that on top?
So you stamp that into place, cover it up with the mask, do the alcohol trick. This is empty then, right?
Yes.
Do you get it?
Get that?
I'll come back to that one because that's interesting. It's very interesting. Look, because that is the middle of that. And that is a ghost print of that.
So that's like the bow wob trick, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
Which works really well. But I'm sure that we'll come back to that. Let me just pan out a little bit. And you'll see that bit there is missing out of that bit there.
Yes.
See what I mean? So I'll show you that trick in a moment. Right.
Okey-doke.
So the first thing I want to do is I'll clear this up.
Yeah.
Right.
So should I go to a pack shot and have a look at some
you have a little recap while I just get because I need to get my decks cleared.
You need to put an apron on.
I need to put an apron on.
Mustn't forget the apron.
Yeah, because of all the things to wear, I put a blinking
white top on.
White top on.
That is
I know.
Very porous.
Very white.
Very white. Very porous. Well, actually, I wonder if it would work on this shirt because it would watch your microphone.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I'll put my microphone on there.
That's it.
That'll do.
Yeah.
I'll do, donkey.
This
There
would
you
be
go.
nice. You could use alcohol inks on this and do the roses.
I will in a minute if you get cheeky. Right, I've got, just because I need another layer on today.
So we've got our,
They're
recently
good though.
found a box of our aprons.
We did, we found a whole box of
Yeah,
them.
item number 30261. They're £10 and they're top quality. They really, really are. I know many of our friends have
They're
got
quite flattering.
several. One for sort of like really inky and arty, and one for more sort of cleanliness. But this is, and
Hang on.
you're going to use alcohol inks as well, aren't you? So obviously you want something
it
that's going to
dark.
absorb. You want it dark. But I'm sure Sam's got one, and it probably doesn't look. Probably looks as if you've just been squirting paint at it. No,
This will
Sam.
work. It's quite high up, isn't it?
And also you're going to get warm as well. Do you want me to adjust the
Can you
neck
make
strap?
it a little bit shorter?
Longer, you mean?
Longer.
Longer.
Yeah. Can you do it?
I can do that.
That'll do.
That okay?
Yeah, that's more like it. Oh, that's it. Right. The main thing is Grace needs to tell us that I haven't mucked about with the
I think the mic is probably fine.
mic's all right.
I'm sure Grace will let us know whether we've got any scratchiness.
Okay, cool. I'll tie it around the front.
There you go. Nice and protected.
That's more like it. Okay, right. Over to you.
I'll go back
while
to
I
me now.
sort my
Okie dokie.
half out here.
Right. So that brand new collection, item number 12160, Barb's Big SHAC People, the A5 and the A7 stamp collection. You've got that £13.50 saving, £53.96 plus your club discount. Gracie said the sound is all good. Thank you very much,
Grace.
Gracie. Then we've got these lovely funky frames, perfect for landscapes, but also great for the SHAC People as well. Barb's going to be moving on very shortly to the gel press. So maybe you've been sitting on the fence about the gel press. Item number 31113, have a £5 saving. And don't forget, if you're watching this live or you're watching it up until midnight on Monday, the 12th of May, any of orders that were placed from 4 p.m. on Sunday, the 11th, up until midnight, the 12th of May, you will get double points on your basket.
Right, so I'm just, oh, here it is. Okay.
Good to go?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Right, I'll show you where we're going and then
Yeah.
we'll work our way.
Backwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so these are the two bits of artwork that I prepared for your delight. And if we look here, you can see this is all on one piece.
Oh, right. Oh, that's not stuck on.
Well, this is stuck on.
But
I
the
took
white
that.
panel isn't.
No, but you
Ah.
could.
Yeah. That's where the idea of Sam came from, didn't it?
That's exactly right. But what I was trying to do was work out how it would work. So what's interesting is if I take this one, right? So this is paper pieced on there.
Yeah.
Okay. But this piece here, let me take that out. So that's paper pieced as well.
Yeah.
To make her dress different to, so I've just done that on a bit of copy paper, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna pop that. So that's why I used a bit of low tack just to keep it in place. But the point I'm making is that bit there, oh, it's gone a bit fuzzy. Or is it me
Might be
ready
the
to
blue. Might
pass
be the blue
out?
to one side.
Let's go. That's
It
better.
was because there was too much blue.
Sorry. But you can see that this bit here is from there. So I've pulled a print afterwards. I'll show you how it works. We're going to do it. And then this here, right, is actually two bits joined together.
This was clever because I didn't even realise it was two pieces of card. I thought that was one piece.
So when you go there, this is two bits of card. So this is a print. This is that bit there.
Yeah.
Chopped. Then I used the sticker.
Yeah.
Coloured it in so it tees up. So it looks like she's holding it.
Yeah.
And then that goes in there. It's just little ideas, really. And then this bit here is from the sticker collection. It's one of the sticker booklets.
Is it?
If you go to the wood block.
Yeah.
Right, there it is. Look, so I've got diamonds along there.
Oh, yeah.
See? And then you've got circles along there. That whole strip is that strip there.
Clever.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah.
And then you've also got the diamond ones, see?
Yes. So the item number for those is 31781.
Mhm.
Nice.
And these little stickers here
Are from there as
this
well.
is full of those little people.
Yeah.
And that's really, really like a lovely little design
You
feature.
used it on that little bijou one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see here, there, we got Hamlet going for it again.
Yeah.
Right. and he's here somewhere. To
There
be
he is.
or
That
not
one?
to be.
Is it that
No,
one?
no.
Is it not?
No, there he is. There, wisdom.
Oh, yeah.
There he is. That little sticker there.
Nice.
It's just a nice little.
Yeah.
I find them nice
touch,
little
isn't it?
finishing touches.
Yeah.
These stickers are packed with that stuff.
Mm.
Right, very nice indeed. Okay, so let's get started, and I'm going to show you how to get the background. To get the background is the main thing.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the finishing trick afterwards. So this background, just so you know, is 2 bits of paper, and then I've gone like that, right? Spliced them like that,
Yeah.
and then use the 2 like so, right?
Ah.
Or turn it round and put the green to that side. So it's 2 halves. It's whatever you fancy.
Yeah.
Whatever makes sense
So
to
it's
you.
whatever colour comes out that you want to bring out, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at how to just pop them there, and we'll just look at how to make this jelly plate do the job for us.
Okay.
So we'll get our ingredients, and we'll pan out well so we can see this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 colours.
Yeah.
Just go with the one. I'll go with the one.
Okay.
I'll use a couple of these yellow daubers. Can you talk about those?
Yeah, item number 30835. You get 5 assorted sizes in that collection. And
That's
the price on those are £5.99.
So I've got a jelly plate. I've got a 6x6. I've got them. Right, now, if I want to do this trick, then I've got to pop that in first. Right.
Okay.
So let's go to our I just need time to step in. Let's just do the one. Can you grab it from the set, Paul, for me?
Yeah.
Love.
Which one is from set number? Time to step in is from.
So if I'm going to do that job, then I need to have that particular like so.
And that's from Postcard set number 8.
Yeah. And then what I need to do is take my stencil. Let's get it from the start. Let's just do this, right? Number 2. So I'm going to take my large mega mount.
Yeah.
And I'll use the same stamp. So it's this one here, right? And I'm going to decide now which way round do I want it.
Oh, of course. So I suppose it depends on the sentiment, doesn't it? Where it sticks out, so to speak.
Which one I'm going to use, yeah? So I'll pop that on there like so. So that's going to be there like that, right? Yeah, you got 8 different ones to pick from. So I'm going to use that one there like that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to decide which little girl. So I went with my little, didn't want to be left out
one on her own. Yeah.
Right? So she's going to go in there. We could do her afterwards, not a problem. But what we do need is the mask to go over the top of the thing.
Right, okay.
So we'll step that into place first.
Yeah.
Right? Where's my... And then we'll get going. I know it takes a while to get fired up, but
what are you after?
I'm just looking for the card that I did before, just to see where the placement is. I've got it here, Paul.
Okay.
Right, so I'm just going to stamp this up, and I'll pop that into place. So whether or not I want it over the top, whether I want this inside, see, I could bring this over a bit if I wanted to.
I see, yes.
Do you see what I mean? So I'm going to stamp this up first.
Okay.
And all this is before you do your alcohol ink trick.
Right, okay.
Right. So I think that this is one of those, it's just, you've just got to kind of, let's just pop that one. So you could put it right over like that, but I'm just going to play it safe and stick. I'm going to stay away from the words.
Yeah.
Okay. Just because it's too hot to challenge myself. cook today, to be fair. Right, so we'll
I
do
think
that.
someone's put the heating on. That's what it feels like.
Right, that's all right. That'll do.
Yeah.
Right, and then let's keep it simple. Then we'll take our mask, this bit.
Yeah.
We're going to pop
So
that
the
on
inner
there.
part of the mask.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we'll pop that on here. Like, let's just pop that there. So yeah, we could put the girl in now, or we could pop the girl in afterwards.
Okay.
So you can see where she already was.
Yes.
Right, that'll do.
Yeah.
Right, that's ready to go now. So when I go to pull my print, it's
that. That's where it's protected. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So now that's that. That's that. We'll put that to one side. I'm going to pop that over there and now enter my gel press.
Yeah.
So now I've got my 3 colours. I'll stick to 3. And this is the one, not the farmer's market, it's the other one.
Spring break.
Spring break. Okay. So I just, these are all done already. Right. Ready to be plated.
Decorated.
So I'll pop them there.
Yeah.
And now I just need my bits ready to go in a minute. So I've got that when I want it. I've got that. I've got a bit of copy paper. You just got to get your stash ready, really. Right, I've got my copy paper, good to go. Got that, and that. And isopropyl alcohol.
Yeah.
If I wanted to disperse it a little bit.
To move it around slightly.
Yeah. Can use that as well. Right, but what we're going to do is pop it in this area here.
Right.
Right, so it's okay to have a bit of white space. You know, if, like when I did it the first time on this guy, you'll see on this one, I flooded the whole area. You can see that.
Yeah.
Right. And then afterwards, I wished that I hadn't been quite so zealous.
Yeah.
Right. And then the other thing I want, because in a minute, I'm going to try and see if I can pull this bit.
Oh, I see.
Do you remember?
Yes. Yeah.
But it might work or it might not work. So I need a little bit of copy paper to do that. Because if I can pull that bit, I'll show you.
Okay.
It'll be useful. But first of all, we're going to get some colour down. Right, so let's have a look. A little bit of orange. I'm just going to stay in this area, a bit of orange there. I'll keep the lid off so I can add a bit more. Oh, hello, juicy. Right. Oh, I leave the lid off and then I go and put it on. Right.
Habit, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've got turquoise, we've got a little bit of that colour, bit of what's this one? This is limeade, real bright. Okay, and then I'm just going to take my colours and I'm just going to add a little bit, that one's for the red, say, right? Then I'm going to use a little bit of this one for that, like that colour. I'm going to take the little one to go in for the darker colour. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got some colour there. If I put a bit of copy paper underneath, I mean, my gel press is bright yellow.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a bit deceiving. But we'll go again. I'll put a little bit more colour on.
But I suppose it's like anything, isn't it? If you know, if it's your piece of equipment, you know how you need to compensate for that.
So I'll put a little bit more on. I'm going to, more on. I know the feeling.
You're calling a moron.
You called it a moron. Right, add a bit of orange. Okay. I just want to add a little bit of colour. I'm not getting caught up on, oh, this one must be for that. It's so fast drying, you know. Get a bit of colour there.
Sponges are great for that, aren't they?
They are. They really are. So I've got a bit of, try a bit of lettuce. Limeade, I mean. Lettuce is the other set, right? So we've got those colours. Now, if I were quick, I could put a print on that. Let's turn this over and you'll see what you're going to get. You're going to get that kind of colour.
Right, okay.
Right? I reckon. If I want to wait, though, I could also, this is isopropyl alcohol.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens if I just spray a little bit of that on there, right? So if I spray a bit of that on there and I'll loosen it up a bit, see what we get. Well, I don't know. Honestly, you've got to get over this predictable, you know, that you're going to get exactly what you think you're going to get, because really you don't.
And if you're working in an oven, like we are, it doesn't help.
It's drying. It's drying as I'm staring at it.
Yeah.
You know, let's just take a bit of that colour, bit of that again. When you put the colour over the top of the other colour, you get different effects as well. So that'll do for now.
Okay.
Right, and now I can let that dry, which won't take long in here.
No.
It really won't. I've put a decent amount on, but I haven't flooded it.
Yeah.
Right. So when that's dry, you know, see it's still, you can see it's still a little bit wet.
Shiny. Yes.
Yeah, it's still a bit shiny. So I choose to do, in a minute, what I'll do is I will use it for copy paper, and I'll do it while it's wet as well.
Right. Okay.
But let's just see what colours we get now.
Yeah.
See, if I take a bit of copy paper, I reckon that this is gonna be dry. Should we try it?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to try it. This should be dry now, right? Oh, it's a little bit speckly still, but that's all right. We'll see what we get.
But texture on there now, haven't you?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's dry now for certain.
Okay.
So if I want to now pull this off, pull this texture, I don't know, I might have a few little blisters in there now, but we'll see. Okay, so I've got my brayer, whichever brayer. I happen to have a speedball brayer, but we're selling the SD ones.
The SD ones as well. So would you go hard or the soft? Soft. For the soft brayer?
Soft one for this.
Okay.
Right.
So the item number, which is the orange handled one, 31792.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Right, I'm not going to lose any sleep over this. So I'm going to take this. Now this is an impasto.
Right.
Right, so it's transparent. If I were to leave this a little bit longer, chatting, I'm procrastinating now.
Yeah.
The longer I leave it, the less it will move and change the colour. If I left this for half an hour, if I left it for an hour, it'd be bone dry. Right. And then otherwise what you'll see is if you don't let it dry, then when you move it around with the brayer,
it reactivates.
It does a little bit.
Right.
And so then what happens is your clear colour becomes a little bit orange or a little bit pink or a little bit,
Yes,
you see?
I get that. Yeah,
it won't be clear, it won't be white.
Yes,
the longer you leave it, the whiter the white will stay.
I suppose that's like when you used to pour the paint with you put the buff tit on, and then if the color underneath was that buff titanium, all of a sudden changed color, didn't it?
It went pink or didn't
whatever.
It would pick up a little bit of color.
Yes,
but just for the sake of it, let's just do this.
Yeah.
So I've got my thing that I want to pull my print on.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just going to take the centre bit and not the top and the bottom.
Okay.
Not a problem.
No.
I didn't feel that I needed to use an 8x10 gel press to do a little card. Because I can always pull a little bit more, gives it interest.
Yes.
Again, I know I'm waffling. There's a reason why. It's because I'm waiting for it to dry for you. But you see the bottom bit and the top bit, it gives me interest because then I can add a bit there and pull a bit off the sides. See, that's how I fill the top and the bottom then. And I get a little path.
Yes.
See, it's not a big solid wall of it. Compare that now with that. See, I've got a wall. So that I will have done on an 8x10.
Yeah.
This I'm doing on a 6x6. So it gives me a bit more interest. You get it?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's see what we got. Okay. So I'm going to put a little bit of this on here. Just a little bit on there, like that. Just here and there. Right. This is that impasto.
Yeah.
Pop that there. And then we'll just spread it out. Okay. And we'll spread this out. And it's the magic stuff, really, because it really does lift. Way!
Those alcoholics nearly come at the desk without the lids on. Dave, where's the paintbrush?
Yeah. Hey!
Worried about covering your top, cover the whole TV screen.
Oh, my word. Now, let's see what happens. Yes, it's gone a bit pink.
Yes.
See? I don't care.
But could that also be picking it up from the brayer as well?
Maybe. No, I cleaned the brayer.
Right, okay.
So we'll take that, though. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then what I'll do is I'll turn that around so we can see it.
Okay.
Right. And I can see exactly where I'm placing the bit now. Do you see?
Yeah.
So I'll pop that on there like so. Let's see what we get. Come on, Gray. What's so terrible? It's just a bit of card.
Yeah.
Right? That's the point. So we're going to do this and we're going to burnish the back. And it's great on a mega mount.
Yes, because you can
see exactly
then,
what you've got.
Yeah.
Wait, right? So then if I lift that off, you can see the pink
Yeah.
That's all right though. So I've got a pink one. Well, there you go. Right. So now I'm going to do this. I'll lift this off. I've got that. That's nice. Now, remember?
Oh, yes, that piece there.
Yep. So that's me.
Oh, I see now. So that's where
Okay.
you then chop down and joint. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So we'll see what we've got on my 7x7. The longer I waited or wait, the less likely I am to get anything off that. See, so I've got my centerpiece there.
Nice.
Which is the bit that's missing there.
Yes.
Which is the same bit. That's quite good, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you see how the pink, see?
Yeah, and there was no pink in there, was there? Because
No.
it was like orange or the Valencia.
I used quite a lot, but I should have waited. If I waited half an hour, check out the difference. Waited ages, didn't wait, but you get the situation.
Yeah.
Right. So then I've got that bit now, which is the bit for that other section, which is that bit.
Yes.
That's that bit there. So then I'll turn that round, and that's going to be this.
Of course.
And then all I'm going to do there,
chop it down,
is take that frame again and set it over the top.
Yes.
Right. So I'll do that. But the other thing is, while I'm here, okay, because I think this is worth. How are we doing for time? Oh no, this is worth knowing all this stuff. So now, for example, it doesn't matter about that. I'll just add a bit more. I need a bit more colour. Okay. I need a piece. You know, for me paper piecing and that. Right. So I'm going to take my colours now, and I'll just spread these out. That didn't feel right.
Daubers.
Oh, it's the Daubers. Yeah.
You've got a lovely brayer.
Got a lovely brayer, though. I thought that didn't feel right. That's
it's
okay.
It's automatic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. Well, what you can do is let that dry. It's because it was sitting there staring at me.
And it's automatic jelly plate brayer, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right, though. That's all right. I'll use my Daubers instead. As soon as I did it, I thought that didn't feel.
Yeah, because you look straight at me. It's like, what am I doing
here? That's all right. So now you know how your brayer got dirty, Barbara.
Yeah.
Right? But we'll do that colour. Now, let's see, though. I reckon we should be able to pick up a bit of colour on there. Let's see what colour we've got.
Yeah, okay.
Before it dries. Yeah? Nice. So we've got colour now.
Yeah.
That'll be really nice for
that contrast
paper piecing.
Of the, yes.
Right? So we'll get another piece. So we've got a little bit more going on here. Let's see if we can release a bit more. So this is nice now. You see, you're getting different colours going. And if it's wet on here, this is my point. If you're quick, look, watch. And you get that colour going now, like so. And we'll take a bit of copy paper. I know that will, you can see it flood through there, look. So now we're getting some really good colour going. We'll lift that off. Nice.
Yes.
So you can go, if you're quick, you can get it off straight away.
Yeah, so you get more of a solid feel.
Yeah. Well, actually, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. And what I was going to say is, once you're in this zone, you see, so now I'm in this zone, I need to, and take that a minute. I want to see if I can just shift.
Clean that brayer.
Get that off there. If I use, because otherwise I'm guaranteed to get orange, and I'm going to use a bit of that isopropyl alcohol there. Let me see if I can get that brayer cleaned. Yeah. See, so now I'm getting that pink off there. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see it's the pink that does the staining.
Yeah.
How to get a multicoloured
brayer
instantly. That's all right though. I don't see, it's a tool. To me, it's just it's an implement, isn't it? It's a tool. So what I wanted to show you was also, while we're here, right, let me show you another, because this is all still fine. Look, I've got that one. I'm going to peel that off, and I've got
your open space.
My open space.
It'll go in
like that. Right, that's totally the process, isn't it?
Yes.
And then we'll pop that mask back on its home base, so I don't lose that, because I can use it again and again.
The mask at all, does it?
And that's another thing I wanted to show you was, So the mask has got that gel medium on it,
Yes.
right? So to clean that is really easy, just because maybe you don't want to use gel medium on it, right? But the isopropyl, that takes this off.
Right.
You just wipe with that, and it comes off. See? So you can clean, same as acrylic paint, provided it's not dried completely, it will come off. But you need to do it sooner.
Don't go back to it tomorrow and try and get it off.
No, because I've already left it quite a while. But it's only there now. It's coming off. Just need to let the isopropyl get in there.
Magic.
That's it. So now that's off there. Good. Then I can peel that off there and put it back on its home base. Good as gold. Yeah. So I'll pop that on there.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay. So back to this one now. Turn that round. This is just, so I'm working with this one. So I want to go to, while I'm here, I want to show you, I know I'm jumping across to a different demo, but it's got to be done, right? Because it's all done in the same process. So this one now, with this ink here, if I were to show you that, you can see now where this
definitely
is. Can you see it?
Yes, because there's more white open space.
There you go. So this would be brilliant for taking that and just stamping into it
randomly. And
so if I were to show you, if I could just give you that, Paul. Let's just step back from this one, right? And if I show you the piece, the 7x7 that it came from, it wasn't a plan, it evolved. Right? So if I show you this, you'll see it's just wherever it's come from, like that. See? And then that one
and
there.
Then that one would have come from.
Has come from there, like that.
Yes.
Right.
So that's the benefits of having that open space.
Yeah.
As opposed to the full.
So if I were to show it to you like this, you'd see there was a bit of, I did 2 strips. See?
Right, okay.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
So I had it in mind that I wanted it white in the middle.
Which is what you've done in the past when we've been doing landscapes and mopping up and yes.
So you can see how, if I were to take this away now, and I'll just pop that in there, and let's go one more time so you can see what I'm doing. If we just bring that in, and I'll bring in the other colours a little bit as well. So I may still have a little bit of ink on there. Let's have a look. If you want to clean off what you've got on there, this is where that isopropyl, which one do I use? You get one that's 99%.
Yeah.
That's the best one, to be fair. So I'll get rid of all that red and pink on there, right? Clean it to go.
Yeah.
If you haven't got a jelly plate, treat yourself. And if you're coming to the workshop with me, then I'll teach you how to use it as well.
You're going to touch on the jelly plate in the 1, 2, 3 session, aren't you? On the 3rd instalment.
Yes, yeah, that's
gel,
exactly right.
So
gel press is a really great piece of kit. I've been using it for many, many years now. Right, so we've cleaned it. I've got more than one. I've got more than one. So let's go again, and let's try and get that. So I just don't want to lose my bits. I'm going to take a 7x7 piece.
Yeah.
And I've got some bits for the paper piecing.
Yeah, to do the dresses.
To do the dresses.
Yeah.
And I've got some, and these bits as well are great for cutting out a dress. Well, hey, right, to cut out a dress.
Yeah, because you've used the same colours.
Yeah,
it's all going
that's
to coordinate,
exactly
isn't
right.
it? Yes.
So that's why I did it, because if to do this, I used those colours.
Yeah.
So they are now that family.
Yes.
And so when I go to put the girl in there and then cut the dress out, I know it's going to fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that goes with that.
Yes. So you could have a session, couldn't you, of doing loads of different ones.
And that goes with that
as well.
So now let's see if we can make that landscape one while we've got the, because then we'll put all this to one side and we'll do the finishing.
Yeah.
So while you've got your apron on and you're in it.
In the zone.
This is what you do. Right, so now let's say, for example, I'll take the other colours just to, because I can.
Farmer's market.
The farmer's market is really nice. I'll go with that lettuce. I'll just pull that lettuce out of there, right? And
low fat lettuce.
Low fat lettuce. And what we'll do is I'm going to make these two, because the reason I'm going with lettuce is because I'm trying to make a landscapey thing. So I might lose the orange now, the Valencia.
Yeah.
And I might bring in the cranberry. It already sounds a little bit landscapey, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Tiny little amount, but I'll probably stick to the turquoise because I like that colour.
Okay.
Right, so now I'm going lettuce, and I'll just drop the lettuce down there and there. So I'm literally doing 2 strips. I'm just showing you as much as I can.
Yeah.
And then let's do that, and we'll just go with the lettuce down there first. Okay. Right, that's the first thing. Then I might put a little tiny bit of red on either side as well. Okay, and we'll pop the red in as well because we want to do that idea of 2 sides.
Yeah.
You can see what I'm trying to do here. And then so I've got a bit of turquoise. The turquoise is going to be the loudest colour. So we've got a bit of turquoise going on there. And maybe I'll just go in with it like that, right, just to add with a dauber.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got that colour going as well now, right? That'd be quite nice. So now I know that this will be too wet.
Yes.
I think it will be too wet. I don't think it will work. If it works, well, happy days, right? The other thing, of course, is the way I could reactivate that is to wet this. I wonder if that would work.
Of course, yes.
Should we try it?
Yeah.
Right, so you've got choices. I mean, it might work, it might not work. I'm playing what if.
Yeah.
I know that I can wait half an hour.
Yeah.
And then I know that I can
use it to pull it off.
My impasto gel, and I know that will work.
And you won't get the blended colour
But what about if I spritz that,
it's going to evaporate straight away, isn't it?
Well, not only that, but you get all
blister.
You get all raindrops.
And you've just sort of created those 2 panels, and it all go into one.
So what we'll do is we'll pop these over here like
I should have asked for an apron as well.
Oh, right. So what I'll do is I'll take the spritzer. I'll take the card.
Yeah.
He's groovy, isn't he? He's not.
Clean hands.
Yeah, clean. Right. I've got a mask on. It's a well-ventilated room.
The window's open.
Right, the window's open.
Blowing that way.
The fan's blowing that way. Right. Hold your breath. That's not that bad. Come on. Right.
There's more fumes off the alcohol inks than there is off of that.
Right, so if I do that, and I put a bit of this on there.
Yeah.
Right. Then I've got some ink on there. That should do the job. Let's see. Hey, listen. What's the worst that can happen? It's a bit, thank you, Paul.
Exactly.
It's a bit of card.
There's so much ink in those little bottles, you haven't even...
Should we see if it worked? I mean, this could be a how not to do it moment.
Or it could be an Eureka moment.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Aha! It's one of those moments.
Nice. I like that.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Listen, I've got another one there. But do you see how good that is?
Yes.
Right. So let's come in close. Now think about if we were to chop that up like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where's that little bit of... Now I'm going to get my frame out and I'm going to take my frame. Look, watch. See, this is where I get excited. Don't take much really, does it? I'll take my frame.
But it's working with the unpredictable, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, some people may do that and think, oh, that's a waste. That's just what you throw in the bin.
No.
But now...
No. This is the bit. So now I could chop that there, and I could have a landscape like that. Look at that for a landscape.
Yeah.
Okay. Or that one. Or let me take this one. These two are the best ones for this kind of stuff. That one there. Or I could turn that around and I could use, look, isn't that pretty?
Zoom out
that one there.
Yeah.
You see? Or you could take this one and pop that there. I mean, you've got, look, there's a mountain there. So that one, listen, that one, I'll go right up to the edge. Look.
Yeah.
And then you've got that one there.
Yes.
So you understand that that is really actually top banana, don't you? That was a bit of luck. The thing is, if you follow me, you know that I play what if.
Yeah.
It's the only way to learn. You know, what if I do this? What if I do that? Right. So what if I spritz the card instead of the Well,
Yeah.
now I know what I
And
get.
it's absorbent card as well, isn't it? Because often, I mean, we've done alcohol inks and we've split on the chromo cards, and we know on the chromo card it won't absorb.
No.
So there's less of a risk of it going rightly. So, but with this, it soaks into the card, and now you've got a completely different look. It's very gritty and it's really nice.
It looks very lovely, and when it's dry, you'll be able to stamp on that beautifully. If it buckled a little bit because you put a lot of, you know, because you made it curl a bit because you made it wet, wait for it to dry,
iron it.
and then iron it or run it through your die cutting machine, and then it'll go as flat as a tack again.
Yeah.
Or sandwich it between 2 bits of copy paper and put it in a heavy book like we used to.
Do we still have heavy books? Do we have books? That doesn't work, does it?
Yeah,
oh no,
I
thought it was your impasto.
No, I'm just popping that on there. So there's the thing. You've got the impasto, which will release anything
that's on the jar, because you've still probably got a little bit on there.
Should we have a look? Listen, what if?
Yeah.
It might be underwhelming. It might be the next best thing since sliced bread.
But as you know, as you say, you don't know you know roughly how much you've put on there, but you've pulled a certain amount off. But there'll always be a residue on the gel plate, won't there?
Yeah, there is. Look. So let's see what we get. Right. And then we'll just do this. I've got a bit of copy. I could do this on copy paper. I'm gonna risk it for a biscuit and use a bit of card because it might be really bingo, you know. And this is how I spent Sunday. It was. I get lost in this stuff. Right, let's see what we've got. So I'll take that off there. I'll pop that on there. I'll turn that round and let's see if we get a ghost print. Because it looks to me like there's still plenty on there.
Yeah.
Right? But this time we're using the impasto gel matte medium.
And is that fast drying, slow drying?
Medium drying.
Medium drying.
Yeah, it's not fast drying. You've got a bit of time. You've got a bit of wiggle room. That's what you mean, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So we burnish the back. I love doing this stuff. To me, this is like really creative art.
It is. And when you sort of see, I mean, I've worked with you many years now, Barb, and I know that when you pull that piece off and you can see different things in there. And
there you go.
look at that.
Look at that. And you got that pink in the background.
Yeah.
Because the brayer is
it's still got that stuff on there. Yeah.
So you've got the ghost print of that one. Nice, nice, nice. Where's the camera? Right, so that's number 3 camera. So it's really tight. And that's the same. Look,
so that's that corner there, isn't it? Yeah.
Look. See, and you've got the ghost print. But what a lovely background.
Yeah, that's
Do you
just
see?
as good.
Yeah.
For different purposes,
100%.
isn't it? Yeah.
100%. That's just as good. So you've got 2 really good backgrounds for doing this kind of work with. Chopping that up, I think I really like this.
And you've got 8 different stamps in that funky frame collection.
Yeah.
That you could just mix and match. You could just have a session just on that, pulling the prints off, couldn't you?
And you know, like you just, this is so nice. So you can see now how you end up with these beautiful little landscapes.
Yeah.
You know, and whether you use the funky frames or not, that on its own there, just on its own, just chop it up as a landscape is a really nice way to go. And you know those little stamps that we've just, that mega collection and the treescapes.
Yes, the ones that we did with the dies. Yes.
That's what I used in this particular piece of artwork. Look, there's the little trees.
Those little trees.
My favourite little trees from the Hilltop set.
Yes.
Look, so now you mix them in. This is from the Highlands, the birds. That's good, isn't it?
It's really, and those little people are just perfect
but
for
I have to say, I really like the frame.
Yeah. Just for, as you say, just for landscapes.
Yeah.
But you could also, I could also see that you could stamp that. You could cut a photo out, couldn't you? So they become like a picture frame.
Very good.
Scrapbooking.
That's it. That's what these are about, really. And what I've done on the back here is I've just put, I mean, I'm just using a bit of low-tack to hold it in place, but I put a piece, because it's corrugated, I just found I tell you what I did. Right,
Dave's deliveries.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been at home a lot, so he's been shopping. So when the boxes come,
and they get broken down,
peel the back
top off,
and you get the corrugated.
Yeah.
It's really good, right? Trouble is, though, it's quite difficult to, how do you stick anything to it? Because you've only got So this
Oh, the double-sided
double-sided
adhesive.
adhesive holds it down really well.
Perfect. And the little embed around there as well to
This is
finish off.
excellent. This is another good. So that I'm happy, happy, happy. So let me just. So now what I'll do is you have a little recap,
Yep.
and then we'll do a finishing session.
Okie dokie. So the SHAC people launched yesterday at 4 o'clock. Item number 12160. You have a £13.50 saving. If you're a Diamond Club member, that brings it down to £45.87. Now, all of the stamps are available individually. They all have a £2 saving. And then you've got those £6 saving carried over. Plus, you've got that additional saving of the Barb's Big SHAC Girl, the A7 stamp set as well. Then, as Barb has just been showcasing there, you've got these funky frames, the A4 stamp, and the added bonus of that mask set in there. I don't think we've ever done an A4 mask set before.
Never.
So normally £32.99. You have a £3 saving, bringing it down to £29.99. If you're a Diamond Club member, that brings it down to £25.49. Also, Barb's just been using the 6x6 gel press printing plate with the 7x7 mega mount. Item number 31113. You've got a £5 saving on that, bringing it down to £24.99. Now, we knew we would run out of time, but we wanted just to showcase this new Kiss ring of stencils.
Oh, yeah.
Set 3. We're going to schedule these in to another show in the very near future. But these were taken from the Bijou block print stamps. I know some of you have already been buying that. So if you want to take advantage of those double points, you may want to pop those in the basket if budget allows. And then we will schedule that in probably sort of next week or the week after, depending on the timescale. So the item number for that is 01087. And if it's the first time, we've also got, this is a silly price. I'm gonna whisper this. You've got a £31 saving. Bring it, you did hear that. Bringing it down to £59.95. And if you're a Diamond Club member, that brings it down to £50.96 on there. Are we good to go?
Yeah, we are.
Super duper.
So I've just got all my bits and pieces now to show you. So the first thing is, of course, going back to a bit of project completion. If we look at this piece here,
yeah,
this is going to be this one here, right? So the first thing we want to do is take the girl again,
yeah,
right, or whichever one we choose.
Any of the characters,
you can, you can.
But you felt sorry for her.
I felt sorry for her, so we'll pop her in there.
Yeah,
right. And then what you're going to do is you're going to stamp her into place. And then when we keep going on about paper piecing, let me show you what I mean by that, because it's not, you know, we can't assume that everybody understands what I mean by that. So if we pop her in there now,
yeah,
right. So she's in the center, but we want her to actually kind of blend in with that background, right? So she looks great there, right? But see, so I made a blotch to do a paper piece, and I just really liked it. And I thought, no, I'm not going to waste that. But let's say now, this one would be perfect as a paper piecer, I think, right? So then I'll take her like so. Let me just pan out a little bit. It's a little bit too close. And then I'm going to decide which part of the dress. Do you see?
Oh, yes.
So now I'm going to kind of go in here and I'll say, right, I'm going to use, I think I'd like her to have a green outfit with a bit of turquoise like there.
Yeah.
Right? Got it?
Yeah.
So this will make loads of dresses.
Yeah.
For this particular girl. So I don't even need the legs on this stamped image. So then I'll just stamp that into that area there, like so, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm stamping into that area, and this is going to be my dressmaking for anybody with that particular
color palette.
Exactly.
Yes.
So this is that color palette.
Yeah.
And I can tell you now, it makes sense to write up here Farmer's Market or
Farmer's
whatever.
Market.
Well, it wasn't. It was the other one.
That was the spring break.
Yeah, that's it. So then I'm going to take a pair of scissors, okay, and I'll just cut out this bit. So it doesn't take long just to cut this bit out. And I'm gonna cut on the line because it's gonna sit on the.
Yes.
And I couldn't really do this in advance. I mean,
Well, it
'cause it's a
depends on the
colour.
colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. So now I'm gonna just chop this out like, it doesn't take long, like that. I could cut a hat out as well if I wanted
Yeah.
to. Or I could just take a red pencil and
colour
be
it
done
in.
with it. But you'll see as soon as I stick that on there,
Look
it
at
fits
that.
just beautifully. Doesn't that look nice now?
Yeah.
Now, again, whether or not I go into the jelly plate like I did and add a little bit of grunge like so, right? How do I stick this on? I'll take a bit of copy paper underneath and I personally use
The
Pritt
Pritt stick. Yeah, I think that's a good way of doing it, especially because you're using paper as well.
Yeah.
And it's already taken a lot of moisture with the alcohol ink, hasn't it?
So what you'll find is I've got a bit of copy paper underneath. The thing about the Pritt stick is it's got a bit of wiggle room when I'm moving it. All the paper collage when we did the paper collage workshops.
Yes.
You know, when I used to go down and do classes, or still do down in Brighton, to printmaking classes, you know, we always use Pritt sticks. See, so you pop that in place and you can squeeze, see how I can move it around?
Yeah.
Until I'm happy with the position.
And you don't really get any distortion from it at all, because it's a wet glue, but it's not wet, if that sort of makes sense.
And then to burnish it, I just cover it up with a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And then I'll take what's in printing, it's called a baron. So you could buy them, but you can also take a lid, right? A coffee, anything that's flat.
Yeah.
Right. And then once you burnish this and you compress it, right?
You're not going to get that off.
No, that doesn't. That's set now, and that's so pretty. Yeah, so pretty.
Yeah.
So, and this is the point. You could stamp any of these out.
These
like
are nice,
that.
Just on the little 3.5 by 3.5.
And then you stamp them out, stamp them onto your paper, colour in the dress.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay.
Great little notelet set.
Yeah, and so that piece there goes with the
one that you've just used.
I'm going to write it down so I know which one that is, right?
Yeah.
And then, so this one here, which ended up being this piece here, eventually, that was how I got to that, you see?
Yeah.
Right? So you think, well, how come that's that then? Well, actually, all you do is take this bit and just decide that's going to sit on there like so. Remember, this is mixed media. You know, I think it's about getting over the fact that the stamping has to be perfect. You know, I'm a stamper in my heart.
Yeah.
But Sam Crow is as well. But what I love about watching Sam is she don't care if she's missing a bit off his leg. She just goes for it, you know, and that's part of that beauty of that art, isn't it? Right. So is that way round? Yeah. So I'm going to hold it like so until I'm happy with the position. I mean, if you've got a stamping platform, happy days, you know. So you stamp in there like that. Is that the time?
Blimey.
Sorry.
I didn't even notice.
Engrossed.
Yeah.
But these, see if this is in the right place, brilliant. If it's not, brilliant. You know. It's in the right place, brilliant.
And you know, even if there is sort of like little edges or whatever, you go with what you've got, because it's all about, it's not a crisp and clean background, is it? But if you want to, you could just take a pencil and fill in the areas, but that's all part of it, isn't it?
And now you can pick which character do you fancy. I like that one.
And do you want to go upside down or?
Yeah, exactly. So now you can go like that. That fits even better that way round.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. We'll go that way. Yeah. And then you've still got so you know when you want to do the paper piece, and you just stamp this on there as well.
And you've got more of a solid red on that particular piece if you wanted. Yes.
So now, for example, I'll stamp this little fella in. And this is where, for me, it's delightful to do, really. Right, so you stamp that in there. That stamps onto there really well. Nice, nice, nice. this is a big shout out to Jilly, really, because it was her idea to do
Yeah,
this.
go
And
big.
I have to say, I'm really chuffed with these. There we go. So that goes in there like.
They're lovely little icons, aren't they? And I'm
peel that off
sure
there. Doesn't that
when
look
you
good?
look at the stamps, you could probably give each one an identity. You'll probably know somebody in the family or a friend,
Yeah.
or this one looks like this person, this one looks like that person.
Exactly. So you just take that. We're going to go to the red area now and the hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you get really, once you get into it, you realize just how easy. This is quite straightforward, isn't it? So check that out. Now I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to, I won't worry about the hands. I'll just cover that bit. You can always, you know, do the dress a different color or do the hat separately, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
do
you
the
could
sleeves a
combine,
different
can't
colour?
you? You
Yeah.
could do the paper piecing on some of it, pencil work or pen work on the other.
Exactly. But I just want to show you what a difference this will make. And then the little landscape idea. I know it feels a bit weird cutting his legs off, but the landscape idea. See, the small stamps, the baby rinky-dink ones, they're too small for paper piecing. You couldn't do that. But these are absolutely perfect for it. Just need to get in that arm because I'm a lefty. I'll just cut that off there and then I can get in there. Right. Peel that off there. And then pop that on there. There you go. Like so.
Yeah.
And straight away, not too in your face.
No, because it just
nice.
all tones in, doesn't it?
So, and like I say, I just think this is a really nice way to go. And this is the same thing again. I've taken her and you just a bit of Brit stick.
Yeah.
Pop that on there. And we've got ourselves a really nice, this one as well. Look, I'll show you. I wonder if we can get that to sit on that. I think that would look, or do you know what? I'm not even going to go black. I'm going to do grey pencil work.
I was going to say pencil work
blog
look
that
nice
one.
on that.
I'm going to blog that one and we'll take that ghost print this week sometime. Look out, barbaragrayblog.com, and I'll take this one and I'll do some grey drop shadows on it and we'll see if we can change that up. But I mean, in effect, I think we've covered what we wanted to. If we go back to our digital downloads, Paul, we definitely know what we did there. Let's just check. Let's tick, tick, tick. Right. So we know where that comes from.
Postcards.
We know how we do the background. We know also that if we want to, we can spritz the card.
Yes.
We can spritz the postcard.
Yeah.
Or we can release it with the impasto gel medium, or we can be fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These little tiny mini makes. There's your mini make with those fantastic block stickers. Then we learned how to get that really cool background. Is it under here? Yeah, see, so we know how to work in two strips.
Two strips, yep.
So that you can chop that up. And you've got 4 different skies, basically. And we've got 8 because we pulled it, the ghost print was
from what was left on there.
But that you would have had to use the impasto gel to pull
because
that.
it was too far gone, so to speak,
dry.
Too
too dry. So we learned how to do that one, and then this one, how to get that whiteness. So we stamped before, we pulled the print,
and then we got
put the mask on. How we did the paper piecing and how we got the ghost.
Yes.
By ghost I mean the other one. These ones.
Yeah.
So these are the ghosts, and then we know that we use a
Pritt stick
to set the paper. Nice.
Wow.
So there you go. Oh, that'll do.
Goodness me. It's just your head must be buzzing. My head is buzzing of just all those tips and tricks and the different ways of doing it. I'm not a messy. I mean, can we have a look at your hands?
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. You should have seen.
I'd get away with
that's
that.
Not bad. There you go.
It was worse with your pottery, wasn't
it? Oh, did you see my hands when I was oxiding the owls?
I thought you'd been scrubbing the chimney.
Whoa. Dave went, that's not good. They were black. But you can't wear gloves because then you can't feel what you're doing.
Where you're doing it. Yeah. So
not to worry.
So there we go. So I hope you've enjoyed that. All the information, if you go to the Clarity Crafts website and you go to the Catch Up and Craft, you'll see all the live video. You've got the demos that you can download. And don't forget, up until midnight on Tuesday, the 12th of May, any orders placed from 4 p.m. on Thursday, Thursday? Yes, it was Sunday. Sunday, the 11th, from 4 p.m. Yeah, it's the alcohol. Until midnight on the 12th, you'll get double points on anything that you purchase during that period.
And if you like this kind of artwork, then you really may want to consider coming down to the open days and spending a couple of hours watching Sam, and then come and do the workshop on the Sunday with me. Because I think this is the sort of thing that you've really got to get to.
I think so, yes. Yeah, I can see this being perfect for that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, thanks very much. Thanks very much for joining us. Gracie in Brooklyn, many, many thanks, my dear.
And so this week, lovely Louise is back for you tomorrow at 10 o'clock for Groovy Tuesday. And then I'll be joining Louise at 2 o'clock tomorrow in the afternoon for revisiting some It's a Wrap groovy collections. Then on Thursday, back in the shack with the W.
Yeah, we're doing the white picket fence. And also, don't forget, on Wednesday, for those of you who have
signed up
for the classroom, the 1, 2, 3 class is on Wednesday, part 2.
At 1 p.m.
And if you haven't signed up, and there's still time, lots of people are still joining in.
We'll send you the information as soon as you sign up, and you'll get access to that. So you've still got time to go back and watch episode 1 if you wanted to. And then on Friday, 10 and 2, something special if it turns up in the building. Well, 10 o'clock is definitely something special. And then 2 o'clock, if it turns up in time, will be extra special as well.
So thanks very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed that. Go and get the kettle on and have a think.
Open the window.
About what you want to do.
Yes.